for joining me. Today we're going to do some work in sitting, and we're going to do a bit of strengthening of the quad muscles and the core, and we're also going to do a bit of stretching of the inner thighs and the hamstring muscles that are so important to free up our backs and just to give us a lot more freedom of movement throughout. So just be comfortable, try and work without having any pain. You can work into discomfort. Remember, with stretching there should always be a bit of a discomfort, but there shouldn't be real pain, so be careful of that. And just maintain and keep on breathing into your lower ribs and into your rib cage. Alright, so from here we're going to work and stretch our inner thighs, so you can bring your feet together, lower your knees down, relax your shoulders, and just try and get your knees as flat and far down as comfortable to the mat. And in this position, try and get your breathing going. Really open up your shoulders so you're not leaning forward, not stretching in, but really just opening up your shoulders, opening up your chest and your lungs, and you're just staying in that position, quite relaxed, although you're really feeling a good stretch in that inner thigh. Keep on breathing. Take a deep breath in and out, and expand your lower rib cage as you do so. We're just holding that stretch. Remember, always for a stretch, you want to keep it there for at least 30 seconds for it to be effective. So maintain that stretch and focus on your breathing while you're doing that. If the stretch is becoming a bit easy, you can bring your feet closer to your pelvis, and you should feel that it's challenging you a bit further. Try and push your knees closer to the ground, closer to the mat, and let's hold that stretch. If you're uncomfortable in your thoracic spine and in your upper back, you can put your arms behind you and try and lift your shoulders, lift your chest, and just stretch it out in that position. Keep on breathing and just feel the lengthening happening in your inner thighs. And let's hold it there for another 5 seconds. And let's relax. You can straighten one leg out. I've got my right leg straightened out. The left leg is just comfortably bent in. And we're going to work down towards our toes. So we're going to try and lengthen ourselves and reach down to our toes, and I'm going to come back up and reach back down. So my hands are gliding on the outside of my thigh, reaching towards my toes, and I'm coming back up on my inner thigh. And every time I go down, I'm going to try and reach a bit further and seeing how far I can get down there. Keep your leg as straight as possible, your knee is locked, touching the ground, and you just working at your own pace, trying to get down as low as possible. So reaching out on the outer side of your thigh, coming back in on your inner thigh, and reach down every time you can feel that you're going a little bit further. So we're stretching the hamstring muscles, but we're also just doing it very comfortably, and we're allowing ourselves to gradually get down a bit further and a bit lower, and seeing how far you can reach with every movement. While you're doing this, try and get your breathing comfortable. You can exhale going down, inhale coming up, and just reach out a little bit further and feel the stretch happening. Where are you feeling the discomfort? Is it in your hamstring at the back of your leg, or is it up in your back, upper back or lower back? Where do you feel that discomfort? And just allow yourself to go down. We're going to do another 2, and we're going to do 1 more. And relax, coming back up. In this position, we can just I've got my right leg straightened out, so I'm going to pop my right elbow down. I'm going to straight to the ground, but if you can't go that far, it's fine to just relax your arm on your leg as well. So I'm just going to pop down, reaching, and then just stretching over to my toes, or as far as I can reach. So the idea is you want to stretch your back, stretch your spine, stretch all the muscles on the side of the spine, especially on the left, and just hold that position. Try and keep on breathing, although it might be a bit difficult in this position as we're closing the rib cage, but try and keep on breathing and just allow yourself to straighten out and really stretching those muscles in the back as well as in the hammy. You might feel more discomfort in the back of your leg, but be very aware of where you're feeling the tension. Is it in your back? Is it in your leg? Is it the upper spine? Try and relax your neck in this position and hold it there. And let's come back up. We're going to change sides. So I'm going to straighten out my left leg. My right leg is comfortably bent in. And first I'm just going to go on the outside of my leg, comfortably going down and then coming back up on the inner thigh. Again, just rhythmically moving up and down, and with every repetition going down, I'm trying to stretch a bit further to my toes and really trying to go down lower. And compare your two sides. What does this side feel like? Where's your discomfort? Is it in the back of the leg? Is it in the lower back, in the upper back? Try and relax your neck. At no point I'm forcing the movements. I'm just going at my own pace. And I'm trying to get myself a bit further down with every movement. What's nice about this is that we also mobilizing and stretching the neural tissue, all those nerves in the back and in the legs. We're going to stretch them and mobilize them, but we're also working on the hamstrings, on the back muscles, in the calf, and we're just getting them nice and loose, and we're just freeing up all that tension. Exhale as you go down, inhale as you come back up, and just do it very comfortably, very rhythmically, and just enjoy that movement, going down, stretching yourself up and just getting that relief coming back up. And let's do one more, reaching down and coming back up. Right, so my left leg is straightened out. I'm just dropping my left elbow towards the mat or as far as I'm comfortable going, and I'm just stretching my right arm over and I'm reaching to my toe. If I don't get that far, it's fine. I'm just reaching and challenging myself, and I'm feeling where I can really reach and open up my back. I can really feel my shoulders stretching. I can feel my upper back, my lower back, and I'm also getting a stretch in my hamstrings. So it's quite a nice way of really getting that whole back line to stretch and open up. So where is your discomfort, and how does that compare to your other side? Are they equal? And which side can you feel the stretch a bit more? Keep on breathing. Like I said, although it feels difficult and although we're closing the ribs, try and keep on taking deep breaths and just allow yourself to loosen and to relax into this position. Hold it there a little bit longer, and let's relax, coming back up, and just feel that ease coming up and just relaxing in that position. So the next exercise we're going to do, we're going to start strengthening the quads, and we're just going to get them to fire. So I'm going to work my right quad and my right leg first. My left leg is just going to pop up, and I'm just going to use this as support. I'm just going to use this to get a bit of a lengthening in my spine, just get that leverage to sort of get myself into a position where I can actually lift my right leg. So in this position, it's quite a short lever, so you'll find that it's quite heavy to lift this right leg, which is great because you're really working and strengthening it and challenging yourself. So what you want to do is you want to slightly rotate your leg out, slightly point your toes outwards, because that's going to help us to fire the inner quad. And this is often the muscle, the VMO, that gets lazy and yeah, doesn't work as hard as the outer side of the quads. So just pop your leg out, just rotate it out slightly. Try and get yourself and maintain yourself in a comfortable upright position. If it's too much and if you're feeling a lot of discomfort in your lower back, you could put one hand behind you, but try and hold that left leg. It should give you a bit of support. So you could work here in this position, or you can take both arms up and hold that left leg. Right, so we're rotating out slightly, and from here we're going to lift up and lower, and lift and lower. We're only going to do about 8 reps because it's really hard work in the quads, especially on the hip flexors up here, and they might really complain with this movement, but try and work through it. Just 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and it's the last one, and relax. Let's switch sides. So I'm holding my right leg. This is giving me the support to just straighten my spine a little bit more. I'm rotating my foot out, and that's going to help me to work this inner thigh and lift and lower. Try and keep on breathing. Try and stay upright in this position. You might put one arm down if that gives you a bit more support in your back. And lower. Lift and lower. We've got 3 more. 2 more. And last one. And relax. Right, the next movement we're going to do on our backs, and we're just going to free our hips and get a very comfortable movement for our hips and our backs. Right, so with your arms by your side, straighten out your left leg. What we're going to do is we're going to pull the right leg up. We're going to drop the knee to the side, and from there you're just comfortably going to straighten out your leg and bring them back hip width apart. So from there, comfortably pull up your foot, drop your knee to the side, and that leg is just going to follow the pattern of the circle. Bring your feet shoulder width apart and back up again. So it's just sort of a circular movement that you're following with your knee, and it should be very comfortable. But while I'm doing this, I'm also doing and contracting my abdominals, so they're working and they're giving me the stability and the strength to do this movement. Open it up, let it drop to the side, straighten it out and bring it back in. Lift that knee up, drop it to the side, open it as wide as possible, contract your abdominals, keep that contracted because that's going to give you the stability and the support for your lower back. Straighten it back out and bring them together. Lift up your foot, drop the knee to the side, hold that, contract your abdominals and straighten them back out. And let's lift back up, drop your knee to the side and bring them hip width apart and bring it back up. Let's do a last rep on the side. Bring it back in and relax. We're going to do the left side. So pull your foot up, drop your knee to the side and straighten it out and relax. and let's bring it back up. Drop your knee to the side. Your foot opens up and follows that circle, bringing them back together and relaxing. I'm contracting my abdominals. That's doing the work. They're really giving me the stability and the core to work from. And bring it back in. Drop the knee wide. Feel that stretch and the opening up in your pelvis. It should be comfortable. Straighten it out and bring it back in. Drop your knee to the side. Your leg follows that circle. Bring it back together and relax. Last breath on the side. Drop your knee to the side. Just follow that pattern and relax there. Let's take a couple of deep breaths into our abdominals, into the lower rib cage. Make sure you expanding the rib cage and really getting the air in there. Just one more deep breath. Allow yourself to relax completely. Okay, so from here I'm going to work the abdominals and I'm going to work the inner thighs. So I'm bringing my legs up, dropping them to the side and putting my feet together. So I'm giving myself a nice squeeze through my feet, and that's going to activate the inner thigh muscles. That's going to also activate the pelvic floor, activate my core muscles. And from here I'm just going to come up into a lift. My hands are reaching down to the knees. And I'm going to lower back down. I'm going to lift and reach. Make sure I'm squeezing tight through my feet, squeezing my pelvic floor, and bring it back down. Let's squeeze and lift. Hold it there. And let's lower it back down. Remember, you could have a towel underneath your head if this position on your back is feeling uncomfortable. Make sure you're squeezing through your feet, lifting up into a reach, tightening the lower abdominals, hold it there and bring it back down. Let's squeeze and lift. Use the length that you've gained in your inner thigh with the stretches we've done, and really drop your knees a bit further. And let's create that nice strong core, pelvis, and back down. We're just going to do 2 more. Try and maintain that fist size between your neck and your chest, and back down. And we're going to do 1 more. I'm reaching to my knees. I'm squeezing, getting that pelvic floor to fire, the abdominals to fire, and I'm going to reach out. And let's bring the legs back down, straighten them out, and take a deep breath. Well done. Thank you for